a little something more. I've got a plan in mind, a special thing in store. The light bulb inside my head says, get out and play, 'cause you never feel this way. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day. It's my lucky day, my lucky day. Don't need a pot of gold, a rabbit's foot or to be told. It's my lucky day, it's my lucky day.
Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. I'm so glad it's Tuesday because Tuesday is the day I get to welcome amazing people here on my live stream, and was so excited to have my friend Lauren Lefkowitz here. I don't know if you know Lauren, but if you don't know her, she is someone you should know. So Lauren Lefkowitz is an executive coach, partnering with executives and emerging leaders who have gotten to the middle of their careers and think, this is it? It's fine, I guess. She works with humans who are ready to find joy, excitement, challenge, and balance in their careers and have a personal life to love. Lauren was an 80-hour-a-week executive, is a recovering people pleaser, and has lived with chronic illness for nearly 20 years. She was living the fine as a trap way for years, convincing herself that working all the time and never feeling well were just a part of life. Despite these challenges, she decided to take control of her life, learn to set boundaries, create opportunities for personal choice, and relaunch her own career to find her vision of success and joy. She coaches people and teams who function the way she used to and find their own versions of amazing. Lauren makes it comfortable to get uncomfortable, create powerful goals, and create real, sustainable career and life transformation. And Lauren is a certified laughter yoga leader, which she found time for once she realized life could be about more than work. So, Lauren, I am so glad you are here today.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here with you and really excited to talk about, among other things, laughter yoga.
Yeah. So I want to hear more about you. Like, who is Lauren? How did Lauren get to be here today and who you are?
Well, that's a very long story, but the short and fun story is that I was, as you said in my bio, I was an 80-hour-a-week corporate executive, and I'd been an 80-hour-a-week or a 60-hour-a-week or a countless hour-a-week worker for a lot of years. It was the way that I got into my career. It was the way I built my career. It got me into like a lot of cool rooms and great conversations, and I developed as a professional in a lot of ways. And also, I don't recommend working 80 hours a week to anybody because it is like burnout central. And I lived in burnout for so many years and assumed it was the only way to be. And all I did was work and sleep and work and sleep and work and sleep. And one day I woke up and I thought, I'm going to figure my life out. I'm going to figure out how things are going to be. But first, I'm going to clean my apartment and get it spotless and make everything perfect at home so that then I can make everything perfect in my whole life. And while running my Roomba vacuum in my quest for perfection, I slipped on my wood floor, chasing it as it was going after a lamp cord, and broke both of my shoulders. And the funny sort of universe message from that was, look, who can't be a hand raiser, literally, who can no longer be a hand raiser. And I took some time and some energy to figure out, after a bunch of stumbles, to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. And I realized that I first had to figure out what I didn't want to be. And what I didn't want to be was an 80-hour worker. And when I finally took the time, hired a coach, I realized that I'd been coaching all of these years, assumed that because I was a coach, I shouldn't need a coach. I should have everything figured out. And it suddenly came together for me that I hired a coach to help me the way other people who are super capable hire themselves a coach to figure out how they want things to be. And what I finally came to was that I wanted to be a coach full time. And I had absolutely no idea how to do that. I started learning to trust other people and not just myself. I started learning that other people had expertise that I didn't need to have on my own without anybody's help, and worked myself down to a 40-hour-a-week job so that I could build my business. And almost 3 years ago, I left the corporate life, took my business full time, and I had all of this spare time. And when you have no time at all, and then suddenly you have spare time, your brain starts to open up to what kinds of hobbies and things and what do you want to do? And I did a lot of reading. I learned to knit. I started networking like crazy, which I still do and I love. And I started going live on LinkedIn, and a guy named Pete Can, who's over in England, reached out to me and said, I hope this doesn't sound creepy because it's not meant to be, but you have an amazing laugh. And I am a laughter yoga leader. And I'm wondering if you'd like to go live with me and laugh for 10 minutes. I immediately said yes. And it was so much fun. And I took back here, like there had to be classes here, and there were occasional classes. And I went to this one online class, and the woman who was leading it said, I'm also certified to certify people. So if you want to learn laughter yoga. And my immediate response, my automatic was, well, you don't have time for that. And I stopped. Only do I have, but this was kind of made for me. And so I became certified, and now my main gig is executive coaching, and my side gigs are fractional HR and laughter yoga.
I love all of that. And I want to pull up a couple things that are in the chat. So I don't know if you know Peter. Peter is in Australia. I believe he's in Australia. He also does laughter yoga. He does laughter yoga and journaling. So if you don't know him, he's totally somebody to know. He has created a really cool journaling app called Game On. For those of you who are listening and are looking for that, totally check it out. It's GAIM on, Game On. Also want to bring this up from our friend Jen. Ouch. In response to breaking both of your shoulders, I think.
Yes.
So Jen, thank you for being here again this week. I love that you're here. And then from Katie, I love when people start off, I hope this doesn't sound creepy. Love it. And then
and most of the time it does. If they say I don't mean to sound creepy, they usually are. Pete Can, not at all creepy. Super good guy.
I love it. And Autumn said too, I am loving this yes space you have created for yourself. Yeah, there's so much magic in this too. Cool side gigs, fractional HR and laughter yoga, which feel like they're not similar, because when I think of my hobbies, a lot of my hobbies are very similar. I garden, I make things, like they're all in that like cozy, warm, nurturing kind of capacity. And I guess like yours just feel like they're on different ends of that spectrum.
HR can be a nurturer. A lot of HR people are not, and a lot of HR jobs don't allow for that. But I did get into HR because of the nurture side of me. I got into executive coaching because of the nurture side of me. And for me, laughter yoga is a way of laughing together and bringing people in. Laughter and jokes, and jokes that aren't at anybody's expense, of course, are a connector. They're an invitation. And so when you get together with people to be intentionally a little bit ridiculous and laugh together, it's amazing how quickly connection builds in the room.
Yeah. So for those people who are tuning in, who are like, laughter yoga, like, do I have to get out my yoga mat? What is it? Can you just walk us through the basics? What is laughter yoga?
Absolutely. So laughter yoga is a combination of breath work and intentional laughing. And the purpose of it is a little bit lung exercise and a lot release of endorphins, of all of the good hormones that make us feel good. And when you laugh, if you have like one of those great belly laughs, and sometimes you're having trouble catching your breath, And then you stop afterwards, you feel like you're like maybe a little bit drunk, right? For a moment, because all of those hormones have come alive and they're very excited. And but what happens is with spontaneous laughter, it starts and it stops. It's over. Your body doesn't know if you're laughing on purpose or if you're laughing spontaneously. So when you laugh for an extended period of time, you're sparking those endorphins to stay going, to keep building. And I'll be interested to hear how you feel after we do some laughter yoga, because there are a couple of different reactions that can happen. Some people feel super energized. Some people feel really relaxed. Some people have the best night's sleep after laughter yoga because you're getting out this sort of stuck energy, right? I mean, how many of us sit all day like this, hunched over our computers? We're in meeting after meeting, and then we go right to bed. We don't release anything. And so laughter yoga gives you an opportunity to get out some of the energy that you don't even know how to impact or how to get to. And it's also really fun.
I love that. And I hope that I will sleep really well tonight because I did not sleep super well. My husband has been gone for the last almost 2 weeks. And I got used to sleeping in the middle of my bed and having all of the space. And last night he was back and he was like all in my space and snory and flaily. And yeah. So I want to sleep really super, super well. Okay. So walk us through what is it actually going to look like? What do we expect with laughter yoga?
Yeah. So the great thing about laughter yoga, and another reason I love it, is because it's super accessible. You do what you can do. There's no mat. There's no gym clothes. I happen to be in athleisure wear because that's my favorite. But you can do it in the mirror. You can do it sitting, in a business suit. There are no rules. So you will do a little bit of light stretching, a little bit of breath work, and a lot of laughing. And I will give you instructions on how to laugh and instructions on how we laugh together. So you get to just sit back and feel comfortable, and we'll get into it together.
Okay, I absolutely love that. So if you are listening at home, I hope you will join us. People can do this from home, right? You don't have to be here with us.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
That's what I thought. So I hope you are listening. I hope you are doing whatever you need to do to make your space conducive to laughing. I warned my teenagers, like, I'm going live and we're going to do laughter yoga. So if you hear laughing, you'll know what it is. Yeah. So I love this, Katie. Maybe warn your family or roommates you're going to be laughing with us. Absolutely. So I'm going to welcome on a couple of our friends. This is Katie McManus, who many of you probably know, and Autumn Wade. I was like, as much as I love to laugh with Lauren, I feel like we need some more laughers. And so I was like, who would be great laughers? These two. So thank you, Katie. Thank you, Autumn, for joining us. And all right, Lauren, I'm gonna let you lead us here.
All right. Thank you. Welcome, Autumn and Katie. And Autumn, I think we have the same little shelving units back here.
Yeah.
Which I just noticed. Well done, us. So welcome to laughter yoga. Have either of you done laughter yoga before?
For like 10 minutes as part of an intro to a workshop. But it wasn't a
Great.
workshop. It was just something fun we did.
Yeah. You're already an expert. You too, Autumn. You've laughed before?
I laugh all the time. So I'm really excited to this. I feel like this is like professional laughing that I'm doing right now. So I'm pumped.
It is. You are becoming a professional laugher. Amazing. Well done. So I'm going to tell you what laughter yoga is not about before we get started, because I'm hilarious, but it is not my job to be hilarious in laughter yoga. We are laughing for the sake of laughing. So you don't actually have to find anything funny. You're just going to participate in laughter exercises, and you don't have to feel weird about it, because first of all, we're all just friends. And secondly, we're all going to do it together. So we're going to have collective laughter. And if you're at home, we invite you to laugh with us. And as Katie said, warn your neighbors and animals. My dog no longer hears, but when she did still hear and I would start doing laughter yoga, she would walk away. She did not like it. So
no dog treats in case Luna gets startled.
Oh, good. Amazing. Okay. So we're going to get started with just a quick little chant, which for us will be the signal that an exercise is coming to a close. Our exercises will be between 30 seconds and a minute or so. And when you see me start to do this chant, you're going to join in, and that's how we'll close the exercise. So I'll show it to you, and then you'll do it with me. Ready? Very good. Very good. Yay. All right, let's do it together. Very good. Very good. Yay. Amazing. You did it exactly the way I wanted you to. So every time we close an exercise, we'll do that together so that you don't have to feel like, am I supposed to stop laughing now? Do I keep laughing? Is Lauren laughing? Lauren took a sip of water. Was that the signal to stop laughing? Nope. The signal to stop laughing will be very good. Very good. Yay. Yes. Amazing. The other thing that we're going to do before we even start laughing is we're going to learn how we laugh, which sounds kind of ridiculous because who doesn't know how to laugh? But there are 3 ways that laughter comes out of us. The first is through our throat, which is sort of like your fake laugh. And we go, hee, 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 hee. So do it with me. And you felt that in your throat, right? The way we more typically laugh is through our chest. So that's like a ha 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 ha. So put your hand on your chest and feel it and do it with me. Yep, and you felt that vibration in your chest. When we are really laughing and like out of control laughing, we're laughing from our stomachs and we're doing more of a ho 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 ho, ho kind of like Santa. So do that with me. And you felt that was like bouncing on your stomach, right? It feels different than your chest. So most of our time together, we're going to be laughing from our chests. There's an intentionality there. There's a strength there. It's good for your lungs. You may get into laughing a little bit harder, but you want to try to avoid laughing from your throat. It's going to make your throat dry. You're going to start coughing. If you do, you take a break, you take a sip of water, and you come back in when you're ready. There's nothing that says you have to be laughing for the full time we're all laughing together. That's why there are 4 of us. So you can take breaks and there's no break in the harmony. All right. Are you ready to roll? Amazing. So we're just going to start with a deep breath in and putting our arms up. And out. Awesome. Do this one more time and sit up as straight as you feel comfortable. And out. We're going to do this one more time. And on our breath out, we're actually going to just laugh out. Ready? Well done. Well done. Nice light laugh to get us started. So now we're going to dive all the way in. You know that feeling when you are running into somebody you haven't seen in a while, and it's not the kind of somebody you want to hide behind a telephone pole for. It's the kind of person that you can't believe your luck you're about to see. So we're going to imagine we're all running into each other from far away, and we are going to wave to each other in as many different ways as we can think of while laughing. Ready? Go. Very good. Very good. Yay. Very good. Very good. Yay. Amazing. Now take a break and put your hands on your heart. And just allow yourself to breathe for a moment. Feel your heart racing just a little bit. Yeah, it's amazing how in like 40 seconds you can go from nighttime dreads and feeling like you're ready to go to bed at 8 o'clock to a little bit pumped up. Yeah. Okay. So in our next exercise, we're going to imagine that we are in a meeting. We're in a live meeting and we are not allowed to laugh. But we find something very funny. So we're going to make eye contact with each other and we're going to laugh as quietly as possible. And when the sound of a laugh comes out, we're going to shush each other because we know we're going to get in trouble if the big boss comes in and finds out that we're laughing. Ready? And go. And now we can't hold it in any longer. Very good. Very good. Yay. Very good. Very good. Yay. Whew, it is exhausting to hold your laughter in. So we are just going to reach back. Take a deep breath in. And out. One more in. And out. Amazing. Take a sip of water if you need it. All right. So one thing that's cool about laughter yoga is that it's a place where nobody laughs at you. They laugh with you. But that doesn't mean that we can't laugh at ourselves. So we're going to take a little bit of time to laugh and just imagine we've done something ridiculous. And we're just going to point to ourselves and in disbelief at whatever ridiculous thing that we've done. Ready? Let's go. Very good. Very good. Yay. One more time. Very good. Very good. Very good. Yay. Ooh. How's everyone feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
My cheeks hurt.
Yeah. Right. It's like it is actual physical exercise. It doesn't feel like it's going to be, but it is actual physical exercise. So let's just take a moment, take 2 deep breaths in, hands on heart. Amazing. Looks like we've got some fans in the chat there.
Yeah, I want to pull this up from Amy. This laughter is so contagious. I think that's what I love about laughter so much. And Amy, I hope you are laughing along at home, you and Flora. Flora's your kitty. I hope Flora's having a good time laughing.
That's amazing. So the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to be real proud of each other. We're all doing a really good job with laughter yoga. And so we're going to thumbs up each other. We're going to high five each other through the screen. And we are just going to congratulate each other on being amazing while laughing. Ready? Let's do it. Very good. Very good.
Yay! Very good. Very good. Yay!
Oh, amazing. Amazing. I love laughing in company of other people because every time like I catch one of your laughs out loud, it gets me.
Yeah.
So, so the last thing that we're going to do before we start a cool down is that we are just going to, we are just going to take a minute, a full minute to just laugh continuously. So if you need a sip of water before you laugh continuously for 1 full minute, go ahead and get that. Well done. And we're just going to have a big laugh, as big as you want it. If you want to have a little bit of quiet in there, you have a little bit of quiet in there. We're just going to laugh together. Ready? And go. Very good. Very good. Yay. One more time.
Very good. Very good. Yay!
Amazing. Well done. We're going to do a short cool down. So however you like to cool down or meditate, if your hand, put your hands up next to you or down next to you or on your heart or in a butterfly, whatever makes you feel comforted. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. We're going to take a deep breath in and let it out your mouth as a sigh. Do that once more. Deep breath in. And now I want you to start paying attention to your body. Starting at the top of your head, and paying attention to the hairs at the roots of your head. And if you feel any tightness, just focus on those spots and see if you can let the muscles in your skull go. Next, we're going to move to your forehead. None of us have lines because we're all young and spirited. But imagine you had lines. And see if you can smooth those out, let them go. Next, you're going to focus on the tops of your ears. It's incredible how much we carry in our ears alone. And imagine if your ears were allowed to just settle. Next, we're going to move to the bottom of your nose. Just imagine that relaxing itself. And now to your chin. Let your jaw open just a little bit. And finally, can I ask you to pay attention to your elbows? And imagine that your elbows are being given extra gravity, that they're just being allowed to relax towards the floor. Take one more deep breath in and let it out however you're comfortable. And when you're ready, come back to the room. How's everyone feeling?
Light.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
What-
wish I felt this good after every workout I did.
You can just laugh on your way home.
Yeah, I definitely need to, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. What feels different than when you came in the room?
I feel like my lungs are more open, that I can take a deeper breath.
I'm trying to put my finger on it. Like there's a lightness, but it's like I have a bubbly personality anyway, but it feels more grounded. You know, like that those bubbles like have like a secure place like in my bones. You know? I don't know how to describe it better than that.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's a great description. How about you, Autumn?
I think that what Katie is saying resonates a lot because I definitely am like a ball of energy going around everywhere. And right now I just kind of like the bubble, I feel like I'm just kind of in a bubble. Like I feel very present with myself, which is really special because often I'm very aware of everyone around me. So yeah, I just feel like I'm with me, which is wonderful. It's also
That's
nice to be here
amazing.
with you, but I feel very present with me.
One doesn't have to be exclusive of the other, but thank you for clarifying. Yeah, so you have just released muscles that you don't usually work with because we don't target whole body muscles, right? We do cardio to get the air going and the movement going. We do targeted weight training and that sort of thing. And we try to get to all the parts and bits, but we just rattled your bodies and just like made them do their thing. You may find that you've got some ab soreness tomorrow because you've worked abs that you don't normally work. You may find that you have an amazing night's sleep tonight. You may find that you have energy to do a half hour's worth of something in your house that you've been putting off. Laughter yoga can be inspiring for a lot of things. So I super appreciate you joining me and really being so in it. It was a lot of fun. And I hope everybody at home had fun too.
Awesome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, Lauren. Thank you, Katie. Thank you, Autumn, both of you for joining us. I'm going to say goodbye to the two of you, but appreciate you so much for laughing with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. So that was awesome. That was so awesome. I'm so glad that we had friends who were laughing with us here. Thank you for laughing with us at home because I'm sure that you were laughing because I don't know how anybody could watch people laugh and also not laugh themselves.
Right.
So let's talk about practical applications of laughter yoga and how can we bring this like obviously, we could seek out laughter yoga experiences, but how can we bring laughter yoga into our day-to-day?
Yeah. So you don't have to be certified to laugh, right? Like we all can just do that. What we normally don't do is laugh with intention. And so we find something that's funny during the day. We do sometimes end up in a meeting where we're working really hard not to laugh out loud, but we don't intentionally laugh. You can stand in front of the mirror and laugh for a minute before you start your day. You can, it does get a little messy, but you can laugh while you brush your teeth. Or you can laugh while you're washing your face, or you can laugh in the shower. And there are all kinds of laughter exercises. There's a walking exercise where you count. I don't know if you've ever done like a walking meditation where you count steps. But if you count laughs, you can do a walking meditation. Ha, 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 right? And eventually you look like the mad woman in your neighborhood who doesn't know how to appropriately
I
behave in the
love
wild.
that.
And so there are all kinds of ways to integrate it. And I'm actually just going to give you like a real life today example, which is I was in meetings from this morning at 9 o'clock until about 5:30. And then I took a little nap because I was tired from being a grown-up all day. And I woke up from my nap and I was like, oh, what's on my agenda tonight? And when I thought about doing this, my first instinct was, I think, the same instinct we all get when we have a thing to do and we're kind of tired. Oh, I have a thing to do. And then I was like, but it's laughter yoga. And I came in here like just so ready to let go of the stuck energy from sitting in front of a Zoom screen all day. And then getting off the Zoom screen, going to type notes from the Zoom screens, and then coming back on to talk about the notes I typed from the Zoom screens before. And so knowing that I was coming here, and we only did it for about 12 minutes, right? Knowing that I was coming here and doing this and being in community with other people who, like, we have no special skills with this. We all just know how to laugh and we can follow instructions. I feel totally different than I did all day. And so it makes such a difference just to take like a little bit of time here and there. And if you go to YouTube, like, yes, I recommend classes. There's a class that I go to fairly frequently, and we laugh for a half hour, and it is life-changing every time. But you can go to YouTube and look up a laughter yoga video that they have 2-minute videos and 5-minute videos and full classes, and you can sit and laugh and just get some of that stuck energy moving.
Yeah, I love how you pointed out that it's moving energy, because
Yes.
so often we feel a certain way, but don't put the word energy to it and don't know how to move that energy through us. And I love that laughter is a totally accessible way to do it. We don't have to have special skills. It doesn't have to cost us any money. We don't have to put on any special clothing for it. It's something we all can do. And I think that's the coolest part of laughter yoga.
Yeah, it's really accessible. You know, something for me in particular is that I've been living with chronic illness for almost 20 years. And there are a lot of things sports wise and athletic wise and movement wise that I'm restricted from, that I can't do or can't do well, or that I'm like, frankly, not interested in. Like, if you ask me to go hiking up a mountain with you, I'm just going to offer to hold your stuff and meet you in the coffee shop down the street, because it doesn't actually interest me. What's cool about laughter yoga is that you get to do it at your own pace. You get to stretch as much or as little as your body allows, and you get to participate in something that feels like group activity, but doesn't require a lot of physical exertion if you don't have it in you.
And it doesn't require hand-eye coordination, which I love. I'm thinking now to it wasn't dodgeball, kickball, a kickball team I ended up on by accident. And I thought it would be fine because I was like, I'll just stand in the outfield. And of course, where does the ball go? And I forgot that even when you're in the outfield, you have to respond when the ball comes to you. And to put it lightly, the gym class heroes who were on my team were not impressed and did not invite me back for the next game, which I was not sad about. So this is like the perfect team sport where you're doing stuff, but we all can do it. Nobody's out there feeling dumb because they're not catching the ball. I also want to tell you my favorite one of those exercises was the one where we were trying to not laugh or trying to laugh really quietly. I think that was my favorite.
I love that. That's great.
I feel like I've spent a lot of time in my life not trying not to laugh about something, whether it's my kids or a situation at work or just something I see. So I have to ask you, of all the times you've ever laughed, like, Do some moments pop into your head as like the funniest things Lauren has ever laughed about?
I have a friend named Liz who is, we just laugh like uncontrollably together. And I mean, I don't think it's a secret, but we were in a car together. We were driving somewhere, I don't even know where, and joking with each other. And I made up a name of an imaginary friend of ours named Bertha McFartleson, which is, I don't know where it came from. Bertha McFartleson is still in our lives. Liz was laughing so hard she had to pull into a parking lot, and like not easily. And we just sat and laughed until we were our stomachs hurt. We were crying. I mean, it was. And to this day, her kids know who Bertha McFartleson is. It is like a long-standing joke.
Up. I love that. That sounds like a character that my husband would really love, because he's always joking. If you've ever seen Parks and Rec, Farts McCool, who is a name
Yes.
somebody wrote on the petition. So like if somebody asked who's something is something, it's always Farts McCool, which always makes everybody laugh. We are big potty humor people here in our house.
Look, farts are funny.
Yeah.
They just are. And you go through a phase in your life where you get a little bit proper and you're like, farts aren't that funny. They're funny. Chill out. They're funny.
I love that. So I'm thinking of I have a sister who's a year and a half older, and growing up we played a lot of Taboo, and I remember one day playing Taboo with my sister and being told we weren't allowed to be on the same team anymore because we would give clues while we laughed at each other, and nobody else knew what was going on, but we were just here having this sister laugh party that was hilarious for us, but not nearly so fun for everybody else.
Yeah. That's amazing. I love when a laugh catches you so off guard and you get this feeling, like this just like release feeling. And I love that you can get it like on purpose. You don't have to wait for those moments.
Yeah, no, that's beautifully put. So tell us about, and segueing from laughter yoga to the rest of Lauren's world. If people are like, oh my gosh, Lauren Lefkowitz is the coolest person, I totally need to work with her. How can people find you? How can they work with you? What do you offer?
Yeah, great question. So you have my Linktree link. And in there, you'll find all the ways to connect with me on LinkedIn and Facebook and yada, yada, yada. And you'll also find a link for the Fine as a Trap inventory, which is also at fineasatrap.com. And there you can see if what I do and what you're looking for are similar, because the Fine as a Trap inventory gives you an opportunity to walk through your current career situation and tell yourself whether you like what's going on right now, whether you hate it, or whether it's just like fine, which isn't really fine. Fine is like when we say fine and we have this look on our face, we're not really fine. And if you're thinking about working with an executive coach, my specialty are the people pleasers and the workaholics. It's the people who may not even self-identify that way, but they find that they are, they had a point in their career where it was like, yes, I'm growing, I'm being invited into things. And now it's sort of switched to, if I get invited to one more thing, right? And it's that overwhelm and that constant, I'm not doing enough, I need to do more, I don't have any time for myself, I'm always exhausted. I help people in the middle of their career figure out what's next for them and how do they figure out what they don't want anymore, and then really figure out powerfully, not just what they want, but how they want their lives to be and what qualities they want to include in their lives. And when I was a workaholic myself, it didn't even occur to me that it could be different. And those are my favorite people who come to me and they're like, well, this is just the way it is. And I agree, because that is the way it is right now. But then we get to dream together and we get to build together, and my clients build like freaking amazing lives.
I love that. And as you're describing that, what I'm picturing in my head too is not just the transformation, But the magic that happens when you incorporate journaling into that being able to capture the story, to use journaling to dig in and find those insights, like there's all kinds
Yes.
of magical, powerful stuff there.
Absolutely. And what I have learned with my clients is some of them are not journalers, which I would identify myself as not a journaler. And I have learned from you that I am a journaler. Whoops. I write things down. So I'm a journaler. That's Amanda's secret. Everybody's a journaler. But what I have learned in my coaching career, and also from you and some of the workshops that you've done, is that there's a lot of power in just asking a simple question, right? It's not sit down with a blank page and like write about your day and let me know how it's gone in a week. So my clients, I don't assign homework for the most part. That feels very like pointing fingers to me, but my clients make powerful commitments to themselves at the end of our calls. And sometimes that commitment is, I need to do nothing between now and our next call. And sometimes that commitment is a reflection or a write or something in writing. And I have a couple of clients who really like journaling and they get overwhelmed by the blank page. So I work with them at the end of our calls to figure out what's the question you want to ask yourself, or what's the thing you want to reflect on, or what do you want to be noticing all week? And I have two clients right now, one who I'm texting every other day and one who is texting me every day when she journals, so that we've got some accountability for it too. And you're not in it alone. Journaling doesn't have to be solo, and it doesn't have to be lonely, and it doesn't have to have sad music attached to it. And you don't have to have a lock in on your diary. Like all the like childhood movies come into my head of how diaries were. But there is so much that's eye-opening for me when I bring journaling into it. And if I can do journaling after meditation or after laughter yoga or after a session with my own coach, there's just more openness than if I just like sit down and I'm like, well, my next task is journaling.
Yeah. And there's so much magic, as you said, in asking the right questions, because we have the answer. We have all the answers we need. And if we are able to ask the right questions and trust ourselves enough to find the answers, because whether we're doing this work with an amazing coach like you, or we're doing the reflection on our own, just trusting that the answers will come, that we can do all the hard things, that we can find joy and humor as we do the hard things, which is one of the things I love most about you, is you just bring this lightness and this humor and this way of being, even when things are hard. Like, it's hard. And also, these things are still funny. This stuff is still good. And I love that you can see that.
Yeah, all things can exist at once. And I think I say that as much for myself as I say it for other people, because I tend to get into very binary thinking of like, it's this way or it's this way. I'm happy or I'm not happy. I'm succeeding or I'm failing. I'm journaling or I'm not journaling. And there's, excuse me, there's so much in between that we can give ourselves grace for, and that we can just like dip our toe in the water on and just play a little bit.
Yeah. And the more we can play, oh my gosh, life is so much better. Just want to pull this up from our friend Ashok. When the words find a voice, they give power to the soul. Just so beautifully, beautifully put. So thank you for sharing that. Thank you for tuning in. Lauren, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for leading us in laughter yoga. Thank you to Katie and Autumn for joining us. And thank you, my friends, for tuning in again this week. I'm so excited that I'll be back next week. I'll have a guest that I think you'll be really excited to hear about. Lauren, you talked about smoothing those lines we don't have. I have lines in my forehead. And next week, my friend Courtney is going to come on and talk about face reading and tell you what all the lines on my face mean, which is super, super fascinating. So thank you again, and we will see you next time, my friends.